All right. Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are in this great nation of ours. I'm Mark Duncan. I am the fund coach, and we are live today. First time in a long time that we've been live, and I am so thrilled to be here with my dear friend Trina Ramsey. She is the CEO of Just Do You Institute. And I'm going to let Trina talk a little bit about herself, and then we're going to chat a little bit about a really, really great opportunity that you don't want to miss. But Trina, welcome.
Awesome. Welcome, Mark. Thank you so much for having me. And thank you for accepting my invitation to join me on this journey. So, my name's Trina Ramsey, and I'm the founder of the Just Do You Institute for Women's Empowerment. And I'm also a 30-year veteran of nonprofit fundraising. And I am now doing my coaching and consulting business full time, and decided in my heart of hearts that I really wanted to lean into the nonprofit space because I have really learned so much and experience. I've got some battle scars from some of the pain and challenges of being in nonprofits, and also really being a fundraiser. I've learned so much, and there's a lot of wisdom and there's a lot of misconceptions about fundraising. And so we're going to shout out our girlfriend, Renee Ellison,
Yes.
who's a fellow coach.
Yes, she is. Renee Ellison is the reason Trina and I met. I don't even know how many years ago it's been. It's probably been 3 years now, 4 years maybe.
I think it's more than that, because I think it was before I moved to California. And
Oh,
that's
wow.
5 years.
Okay. Yeah. So Renee, if you're out there, you're watching, thank you. Or we're just blaming you. I'm not sure.
A little both, maybe.
But no, it's definitely thanking you. As always, you are just a wonderful person. And I know I speak for both of us when we say we're blessed to know you, and others should be blessed to know you as well. As your journey continues. So, thank you for bringing us together.
Yes, absolutely. Beautiful, generous soul. So as I've decided in my journey to invite nonprofit leaders to really deepen their knowledge base, to build community. So I've created this space called the Ultimate Nonprofit Leadership Journey. It's a 6-month cohort program.
Great.
And I decided to make it very affordable on purpose, because there are some nonprofits that just don't have that type of budget to pay for professional development and things like that. And I wanted to have equity in this space.
Yeah.
And so as part of that, I also decided I wanted to bring some of my expert friends in the field to really create space to really deepen in specific areas. And the first person I thought about was Mark, the fund coach, because I actually got to experience Mark as a client in my last job when I was at Mission Graduates, and we hired him to teach our board and our CEO about major donor fundraising. It was an area that I had identified as the chief development officer that we were not taken advantage of, and he really helped us to systematize everything and to hold us accountable, because he's a coach also from week to week. Okay, how many donors have you reached out to? Have you started using this methodology? So he's a genius, and I thought this is a great opportunity to share his genius with the world. And we are actually co-hosting a training next Monday.
Next Monday, September 30th.
Yes, called Mastering the Art of Relationship Fundraising. So, Mark, I'm going to swing it to you.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm so very, very excited to be partnering with you on this event. You should see the link to the registration in the chat. If you don't, let us know, and I'll repost it, because I reposted it before we went live, and it may not be showing, but I'm happy to post it again. But September 30th at 1:30 p.m. Eastern. And so what is that? 10:30 a.m. Pacific time, and all of you in between can figure out what time is correlates with that. We're going to be doing a workshop called the Power of Relationship Fundraising. Now, many of you, if you've ever watched any of my content or you actually subscribe to my video series, the Huddle Up video series, you know that I talk primarily about the importance of relationship fundraising. Now, I say relationship fundraising because from my perspective, this is about relationships. Many of you may hear of it as special gifts, major gifts, um, those kinds of things. That's focusing on the outcome. I focus on the relationship, and that's what's really, really important. And so, if you come to this workshop, you are going to learn about my relationship fundraising method. Okay. And so that's a 6-step donor centered strategy that is designed to help you convert what I call transactional givers. Those are the givers that give to your organization through, on go online and just give, or you may send an email out and ask them to give, or direct mail, anything that is very transactional. It doesn't require that face-to-face personal relationship, and it's designed to convert those transactional givers into relational donors that are generous, right? And I will talk to you about ways to do that, how you can convert them, how do you connect with those people, because they may be giving to you, but you may not know who they are. You may not have a relationship with them. So I will talk to you about how you can make that happen. I will also talk to you about your board, right? How can so many organizations struggle with how to use their board to help them with fundraising? And so I have a tried and true way that will help you leverage your board and help you really, really maximize your giving in a very significant way. And so, really, really excited to be bringing this to Trina's audience. Of course, any of you that have, that are part of my audience, please register for this. This is going to be amazing, and it is very, very affordable. And I'm going to piggyback on something that Trina mentioned a moment ago, because in this space, we both are serving the nonprofit community, and what we see all the time is we have nonprofit organizations that need help, need professional development, need assistance, but for some reason, not able to find the funding to be able to pay for that. And so, and that's a lesson to just the nonprofit sector in general, uh, with the exception of higher education and healthcare. Every other nonprofit tends to, how do I put this? They tend to shortchange themselves as it relates to getting the skills, the knowledge, and everything that you need to be able to be better at what you do. And more importantly, be able to serve the people that you serve better. And so it's important that you set aside resources to be able to invest in that. And so we're excited to bring this to you, and just really, really thrilled to be able to talk about the importance of relationship fundraising. And Trina, I'm so excited to be doing this with you. Should be fun, and I'm hoping it's the first of many.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely. Even before I left my last job, Mark and I were saying, we need to collaborate. There's some stuff we need to do together. So I'm really thrilled for this. And I also want to say that you can register for this webinar or this training. I'm calling this a training because Mark goes deep.
Yes.
It's not just a webinar. You like show up, be ready to work, be ready to dig in, take notes, ask questions,
Yes.
participate,
Yep.
all of that. You can do that without having to enroll in my program. But the people who enroll in my program actually get the trainings, the monthly trainings, for free.
Excellent.
So when we reshare, I will be resharing both links to the program as well as to this specific training. So you can come to the training, never see me again, and then run off with your fundraising. Mark, if we have time, I would
We
love to
do.
come back and talk a little bit about individuals and why that's
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. Let's do that. Go right ahead.
Yeah, yeah. So one of the little factoids I like to drop that always amazes people. Most times when people are thinking about fundraising, there it's grants. So if they can't afford a full development staff, they're hiring a grant writer, or they are contracting someone to do grant writing, and that's got its own bucket. And you end up getting sometimes more, but not always. Like we've done a lot of work for $5,000 grants, and then you got all this reporting and everything to do. But there are individuals who will give you $5,000 every year. They will
Yes,
give you
indeed.
$20,000,
Preach.
and exactly. And individuals actually give over 60% of the fundraising pie, and that doesn't even include bequests.
Yeah. So when you include requests, it's well over 70%, right?
Mhm,
Of
mhm,
all giving coming from individuals, not foundations, not corporations, but actual
mhm,
people. And so the point you just made about grants, um, is critical. I always say, and this happens often, right? Especially with organizations who, they're looking to fundraise, and the very first thing that they look to do is one of two things: do an event, write a grant, right? Both of those things are very, very time consuming.
mhm,
And so I call that lopsided fundraising, right? When you are spending the most amount of time on the fundraising activities that will yield the least results,
mhm,
right? That is lopsided fundraising. I'm not saying you don't do grants. I'm not saying you don't do events. You should. They should be part of a balanced approach to fundraising. But if you are relying on grants, if you are relying on events, then you are engaging in lopsided fundraising. And I'll add one more point to this about the grants is, and this just happened with one of my clients, and they were working with a foundation that had been giving to them, every year, and then all of a sudden that foundation decided that they were going to shift priorities.
That's right. That's right.
Right? That's the thing that they're not going to give you a warning about that, right?
Mhm,
They're not going to give you a 2-year warning, right? What happens in those boardrooms is they make decisions about where they want to channel their philanthropy. And
mhm,
if that shifts outside of this, the strategic direction that you're headed in or that you're engaged in, and you find out about it, even if you find out about it 6 months before, you're probably inside of your current fiscal year, and
mhm.
you were probably banking on that, right?
Yep, yep.
But to your point that you made earlier, individuals don't operate that way,
Mhm,
right? They will give to you if you do it right. And if you want to learn about doing it right, you got to come to this workshop, right? If you do it right, you will be able to not only get significant gifts from people that have capacity, and by the way, those people are probably right under your nose,
mhm.
but you'll be able to sustain that giving year after year if you do it right. And so I cannot stress enough, the importance of individual giving. It should be the thing that you're driving towards, right? You do an event, people that come to the event, hmm, those could be potential major donors, right? So many times we do events, and we focus on, the event itself, the fact that we netted X amount of dollars, but sometimes we neglect the people in the room,
Mhm,
and we're leaving money on the table that way. And so I talk about what you can do to maximize those opportunities, to make sure that you're converting even those people into relationship donors.
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
And the other thing is that the donors will become more loyal the closer they are to the organization. They
absolutely.
want to have a relationship. They actually, some donors get a little offended if the only time they hear from you
You bet.
is when it's time to renew their giving.
Exactly.
And it's like, where have you been all year? I don't even know what you're up to.
Yep.
So, especially donors of means, because they actually are very savvy,
Yes.
and they have a lot of people coming to them
Yep.
asking for money.
Exactly.
So it's really important to treat your donors like your friends, because they are. They care. And one of the things I learned many years ago as a fundraiser is people give to people. So yes, you have your, you have your pitch about, the mission and your statistics and all that kind of stuff. But once you, as a leader in the organization, whether you're a programmatic leader or whether you're the CEO or whether you're a leader in the fundraising, once you start to really connect from heart to heart with people, you really also understand why they care about the
Yeah.
organization. And then that can even help you to tailor your approach. I'm good. I'm getting into the training now, Mark. Stop me.
Yeah, it's so easy to do, right? So easy to do. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Like it's really, really critical. And we'll get into those details during the training. What I'm gonna do right now is because I didn't hear if anybody saw it or not. So I'm just gonna repaste that link um in the chat. And you guys can grab that and use that to register September 30th. 1:30 Eastern, 10:30 Pacific time. If you feel that this is something that you need, if you want to up your game, if you want to level up your fundraising, you're spending a lot of time writing grants, planning events, engaged in online campaigns, right? And you're trying to generate as much money as you can. You're gonna want to attend this training, and trust me, you will get a lot out of it, and you will see your fundraising actually just explode if you do all the right things.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to be doing this. Anything you want to share before we wrap up?
Let's see. I also just want to say, even if you are a teeny tiny nonprofit with a small budget and you don't have development staff, come and
Yes,
you'll learn some things.
absolutely.
And in fact, I think it's even more crucial
Yeah,
because people tend to get really intimidated around fundraising, about asking. And one of the things you'll learn is how to simplify things and how to really move past that fear of money to,
absolutely.
and stop worrying about that and really tap into your passion, which
Yeah,
can help you tap into the passion and the heart of the potential donor or the current donor who
absolutely.
you're cultivating. Yeah.
Yep. Nope. Couldn't have said it better. Couldn't have said it better. So Monday, September 30th. Register. Do it today. It's
Do
going
it
to be
today.
amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody that is signed up already there. If you're thinking about it, just do it.
Yeah.
Just do it. You will, whatever, whether you're coming through Trina's program and you'll be able to be part of this at no cost because of what she's offering, or you're just coming in as an outsider. I'm pretty sure what you're going to invest in this, you're going to make back
Oh,
20-fold.
yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So if there's any concern about that, again, if you do all the right things, you will be successful. All right.
Exactly. And if you know somebody, like if there's somebody in your organization that you think should go, maybe it's not you, maybe it's somebody else. Or if you have a friend who's in the nonprofit sector, share the link.
Mhm.
Let, have them come or bring a buddy. It's always fun to have these experiences with people you know. All
Absolutely.
right.
Excellent. Trina, thank you so much for being
Thank you.
here. I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to working with you next Monday. Everybody out there, whether you're watching this live or on the replay, go ahead and register for this training. If you're a nonprofit leader, whether you're a nonprofit leader with in-house fundraising support or without, especially those who are without, this is particularly for you. I
Yes.
started coaching because of executive directors who do not have in-house fundraising staff. And so
Mm.
hopefully this will be something you enjoy. Trina, thank you for being here.
Thank
And
you, Mark.
absolutely. And everybody else, we will see you next time.
Next week.